a household that is similar to each other's for that child, the child grows up to have fewer dysfunctions and fewer problems with their parents long term. More importantly, parents who divorce who do this show a higher rate of getting back together than anything else known to science at the moment. This is important. When I was a kid, my dad put my mother in the hospital. When I was older, he put me in the hospital. My mom and dad never reconciled. My mom and my dad never made an effort to raise their kids together. They still chose to try to raise them completely differently, and it created an alienization environment in which I wanted to be one place or the other, but never in either one of them for very long. You want your kid to want to be around you when they grow up. You better make sure that you can stand the other person long enough to put aside what was wrong in the first place for their well-being. Counseling is helpful. Admitting you have a problem or admitting something is wrong is the first step to fixing it. A person who's an abuser isn't always an abuser if they stop and seek help. A person who's abused won't let that rule their life if they stop and ask for help, and we don't shame them for it. Translation: shit happens. How you deal with it is more important than what happened.
Amen.
People who move on, people who are better at life that we see around us, people who are more successful, are the people who realize that nothing ever goes as planned. The term "no plan survives contact with the enemy." No GM plan survives contact with the players at a tabletop. No plan of action at a convention like this panel that I rehearsed 40 times ever goes as I had planned it. I planned this panel to be an hour long. They gave me an hour and a half for some reason because they thought I needed it. Guess what I did? I got 4 minutes. Point B, this is something you have to realize, that not reconciling well enough to at least raise the child is hurting not only you, but your child. My name is Fiora the Tank Girl. I have plenty of cards up here. This is my primary field of study is human relationships and sexuality. However, I have hundreds of other studies and everything from rocket science to chemistry to quantum physics to geometry to calculus. I have a YouTube channel in which I am willing to research anything. Give me a question. I'll try. I'm not the most popular. I get that. But I will put forth the effort. Now, if you have a problem with a question you want to ask, there's my email address. You can send me an email. I've got 2 minutes. So this is lightning round questions. That's all I have back there.
How did you know Ben was going to be poor? Because I had a situation. My friend got thrown out of his house, and I took him in. And he was having drug problems, so I said, okay, I'll help you. And a year later, he was still on my couch and not working.
I didn't. I took a leap of faith. But more importantly, I set up that leap of faith to make sure that there were trampolines to catch me.
Right.
Yeah. I pushed Ben and told him, look, you like your new place, you like the fact you can sleep on my couch. I can't sustain this. Unless you want to end up back where you were, you need to take steps forward. I made him get up. I dragged him out of the house twice, physically, to go to a job interview. He was mad at me for days. I dragged him to therapy. I did everything I had to force it on him in some cases to make sure he kept taking steps to fix himself. You have to have the strength of will sometimes to do that. You don't know if the person's going to fix themselves, but if you make them take the steps, eventually something sticks.
Set healthy boundaries.
Ravana, please help Eddie. Exactly. Yes.
Oh, actually, I apologize. This may not match up with what you have, but I have an issue where I'm trying to get a homeless person I know. I want to get a job, but he's at a point where my apartment is small enough bow-leg guy crash on my couch, and also, but he can't really get a job because without an address, I don't think most jobs, most places will actually hire him because they want an address to send a check to them.
Yeah. So my solution is you hire them. Tell them, look, you want to eat? Consider your food your paycheck, and I'll literally, hand it to you like actual money, and you go out and buy food. But you gotta clean the house. That's what I do.
And that surf and or turf analogy, some people are actually allegorizing that to biracial relationships.
I can see that. I could really see that. But in the context of it, with a child there, I can't do that.
Well, meaning like the child has to choose between one race or the other.
Yeah.
Or,
I can see that.
okay, so that's it.
So, you were saying about how, like, in order to get sort of like the, if you want someone to say yes or whatever, then you have to, give them an incentive to say yes, et cetera, or whatever. What would you do in that case if you think that in order to get that person to say yes, it would take too much from you?
Then you have to find an alternative. Find another option other than them saying yes. Sometimes that means bypassing them, going over their head. Sometimes that means figuring out a way in which their yes or no won't affect what you want to do. Make it too appealing to everyone else that them saying yes or no can't possibly make or break the situation. Or find someone else. Yes. Last question.
Back with the creative types, depressive, creating things out of that cycle. What happens if you're a creative type, but that depression? Basically, there's a whole
Depression fuels your creation.
no, it's more of you can't create while you're depressed, or at least that's not enough.
So that's another creative type referred to as inspiration. You need something to inspire you. How do you get something to inspire you? Well, obviously you can't do it because you need something else outside of you. You find habits and ways of doing things. For me, I made the inspiration my room. So my habit on live stream is every time we make the tip go, I put up a poster or a print or something that was given to me as a fan mail or something. Guess what I'm actually doing? When I come in and go, I don't feel very... The whole wall. From my dining room, wrapped around into my living room, and back around to my front door. 3/4 of my apartment is lined with creative work that inspires me. I created my inspiration in my workspace. Sometimes your inspiration is to go out to a park. Sometimes your inspiration is your dog. Sometimes your inspiration is the love of your life. Sometimes your inspiration is just your friends saying, can you come over and play Smash while we drink beers? So if you feel like you can be creative, but you have to get out of depression to do it, do the stuff that gets you out of depression. Do the stuff that inspires you. Do the stuff that makes you want to get up in the morning. For me, I get up in the morning and I have a song list. I press the on button on the computer, song list automatically starts as part of the computer's programming. Song list changes and adapts based on my life and based on how things change. However, that song list is so important to me that 30 minutes of meditation is life or death of my day. Because at 30 minutes of meditation, that song list is in order of know who you are, get up. Do what makes you special. Remember your fiance loves you, and even if she's across the ocean, you can't hold her right now, it's okay. Now turn on the fire. Now tell everyone who's going to tell you you can't do that to get out. And do your thing. That's the order of songs for me. Those aren't the actual songs. Right now, the actual songs are, you'll play your part, The Magic Inside, Lullaby for a Princess, I Burn from Ruby. Yes. and it finishes with Angel with a Shotgun. But you find your inspiration and you hold on to it and you figure out how to recreate it over and over again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That will be fine.
We'll play nice.
I've never recorded this panel. I try to record this panel all the time. I'll have a full video running.
Why don't we do this thing where we pretend we're taking a picture of everyone and while they all look like idiots, we're actually doing selfies?
I did that at Disney, and like the mother who was like waiting for kids on the other side thought I was trying to take a picture of them.
And you took a selfie on their phone?
Yeah, because there's a giant Dalmatian behind me. I want to take a picture of myself with a Dalmatian. On the other side, there's a kiddie pool. I was like, oh, that's bad.
Why are you using my outdated 17-year-old technology as a holder? It's not what it's used for. Well, for the most part.
Is there a camera slot back there? Well, there is a camera over there.
There is. Is it actually recorded? Are we going to get recorded on this? You have no idea? Okay, that's too much tech because I will need to use some of that tech at some point or another. Okay. You know what? We're using.
Okay,
Let's use my cards. Let me see. No, use this power bank. It will probably work a lot better, and I can actually use it while you're utilizing it.
Like you just stack enough things and eventually
No, that's fine. Okay, the panel's going to be starting anyway, so it's
Yeah, well, we're waiting for people like me that's late for everything. Alright, let's get our picture done. This is why I don't have a good job outside of this because
don't touch it. It's good.
we're not touching anything. I'm just looking for.
Alright.
Good. We're good.
Alright, everybody, welcome to the So You Want to Be a Con Artist panel here at Rule number one.
Make sure you know what con you're in.
So you whizzed it in record time.
This is cross promotion.
I am not drunk, by the way.
Hey man. Hey man, welcome to the panel.
You know that happens. Start over.
Wait till
The dubstep started. Dubstep started.
This is like
We're setting up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, from the top, take two. There's my keys.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to So You Want to Be a Con Artist here at Ponyville Ciderfest 2018.
Yes.
2018,
Yeah.
all right.
For you guys, yes.
I am your host, Choco Pony, and I'm joined by my two fabulous vendor/artist friends who are going to help me with this panel. Because normally, if you guys have been to this panel in the past, I do this solo. I'm a loner. I'm very antisocial. But now I'm trying to be more open and have other people here to chat with me. So I'll let both of these artists introduce themselves first. I'll start with the lovely lady on the right.
Hello, my name is Midnight Premiere. I make silly art, and I'm vending this year. And what else was it?
You can use the table.
Okay. I'm booth number 1 in the vendor hall. I've been selling for.
Mystery boxes.
I have been selling mystery boxes, yeah, for about 5 years now. So that's my long and prolific con history.
I'm Rob, also known as Snuggle Trumpet, or as many people around here call me Boston. I am in vendor hall number 20, mostly selling jerseys, polos, and metal dice. I've been vending since 2014, so what's this make my 4th year? 4 years. Yeah, I know how to math. I'm still in 2017. But yeah, all different cons all across the U.S. and a lot of fun, a lot of learning.
And once again, I'm Chuck Pony. I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years officially. I've been doing it full time for about 3 to 4 years. And so if you guys don't know, I actually don't do commissions. I don't have an online store, so 100% of my profits do come from conventions, which makes me have to learn the game a little bit better because can't lose out on friend money. But I've been doing panels all across the country on the topic of vending at cons, and I'd like to share with you this panel that we put together. Again, associated and assisted with my two friends. And we're going to start off by breaking down the word. So you want to be a con artist? Yes, I know it's a pun. It was supposed to be a webcomic that's still to be released. Still, I'm working on it.
Why are you a furry?
I'm not a furry. No, TJ.